Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Okay, so this is ready to go in. We need to set up the boring head, bore it out, and then press fit this in. And we will be back. Okay, we got our boring head in. We've set our cutting tip to just clean up that hole. And let's see what we got. All right. I think it's cutting a little fast, but we'll see how it goes. Let's come in and take a general measurement. We're at 700, and this is just almost 800. 798 and a half. Yep. So we got 100 thousandths to go. And we're gonna take this slowly. Maybe 20 at a time. Okay, we are sitting at 741, and our overall measurement, whoa, is 798. Well, more like 796, because we want to have a press fit in there. So we've got at least 40 more to go. So let's take another 10. And, oh, and I also want to put a stop in the back side of that. So let's see what we've got here. Just come down just a little bit. Turn our DRO on, zero it out, and their depth is 800 thousandths. So we'll just go down. Did I already add something to that? I don't think I did. There's 20 more. And we're going to just step into this real slowly. And before we get too far, we're going to take a measurement, or at least put the sleeve in there and make sure it's not too slippery. Okay, we're still cutting. All right, we just took it 1.5 thousandths further, or we screwed our screw in 1.5 further, which will give us 3 more thousandths, should take us right to 97, and that's where we want to stop. (96 3/4). So I think we might be able to get a press on that, mostly because it's bronze. And I'm wondering if we can do it right in place, and that way I don't even have to worry about it. I just press it in, and then I don't have to set it back up again. Let's see, how could we do that? Well, a C-clamp certainly would work. Let's pull this bit out. And it gives us a little bit more room. Yeah, and this thing's like nice and sticky. So all we got to do is figure out a way of getting that thing to clamp into place. And I will be back in a minute. So we've come up with a little answer here. I got a plug. Gonna put that in there. We're gonna take our big can't twist clamp. Hopefully it'll reach. Yeah, it's gonna reach. Bring that down. Oh, we gotta have something for the back side of this. Okay. That's gonna take a little searching. I will be back. Oh, maybe not. There we go. This should do the trick. We still going? Yeah. Okay. Looks like it wants to pull it sideways. There we go. Once it gets kind of started, I think it'll be fine. There it goes. Yep. We're in. I think that's it. It's in. Okay, now we just come in, put our bit back in. Make sure we're sharp. Well, I'm hearing hail, so we're going to go out and check that out. It's popcorn hail, actually. Had these been real hailstones, they would have been, you know, putting holes in my skylight. But as it is, they're little fluffy balls of hail, so that's not a bad thing. All right, on with the program here. We're gonna take some measurements and come back. Okay, now we got a close-up of this last cut, and we should be on the money by the time we get to the bottom. Take it away. We had 5 thousandths more to cut, and this is a 2.5 thousandths cut. All right, let's give it another try. Okay, we're sitting right on 10, which is a thou over, which is just fine. So let's disconnect this. We'll take it over and see how. Okay, we think we got it. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Look at that. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so we're set. Now what I want to do is come in at an angle and drill a hole so I can drip some oil into that. So, cutting at an angle. That's going to be fun. I think I'll put you on hold until I get all set up. All right, so what we want to do is drill a hole in the top here all the way down through the bushing so that I can just drip a little oil in it every time I feel like I need to. So what I've done is kind of eyeball centered it, and maybe just a little bit more. Yeah. Bring it back, and we want to come back to, we're trying to hit this thing just about halfway. That's not enough. Now you saw what's going to happen if I use a drill bit. It's going to walk on me. So I'm going to put a mill bit in there. Now I know it's going into a drill chuck. Not a good idea, but we're talking about not doing a heavy cut, but just barely kind of working our way down till we get a nice flat going. And I think that might actually do it right there. So let's take our drill bit out. Let's find a mill bit that's gonna work. This should do it. Okay. That's got our flat going. Put the drill bit back in. Take her on down. Okay, I just built ourselves a little reservoir so we can get, oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 drips of oil in there, but we don't need that big of a drill to go all the way through. What we really need is something that's just going to drip a very small amount per time. Okay, I think we punched through. And it looks like it's just about perfectly center. Sure enough, there's our hole right there. Just about center. Well, okay, just a little bit further back. Now we need to make a groove in that bushing, and we'll go from there. Well, there was no way I was going to get the camera in there while I was cutting that little groove, but you can see that it's just barely scratching the surface, just enough for the oil to travel from the hole across the whole bearing itself. Now, it is an oil bearing, but we got some movement going there, and it's good to have a little extra oil. Now, if we kind of pull back a little bit, you'll notice that there's a whole lot of room between the center of this and this whole block here. Now, that's because I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. It could be that that bushing just wears out real fast, and then we have to come back in and figure out some kind of bearing for it, a roller bearing. And I want to leave enough room to be able to cut a roller bearing if I need to. So let's go give it a try and see what things look like. Okay, one more thing I want to do, and I forgot, is I want to take this down about another 1/2 inch to weaken that just a little bit more, so that when I tighten the bolt up, it's not, it's not a battle. And turns out that my blade cutter is smaller than my saw blade, so I have to recut that whole line too, which is not a bad deal. It's just, a little more effort. All right, well, we got just a little bit of an arch in that bend, but it's not going to make any difference. All right, let's put this thing on. Make sure we get everything nice and cleaned off. Well, we got it all set up and ready to go. Now, I don't have a particular job for this setup, so in a sense I'm doing a preemptive build here, knowing that something comes in. I've had jobs in the past that I've had to kind of go, well, I can't do it that way. This is going to make it a lot easier. So we got a little chunk of aluminum there. We're going to run a chunk of aluminum, and then that'll be it for that. But there's one more part to this process. And hang on a second. Knowing that, these are brand new cutters. I got off eBay, a pretty good price too. And I probably got about a half a dozen of these. No, more like 8 or 10 of these. And then a half a dozen contour cutters. And that's one of them there. Now the problem with the first batch that I bought is they're dull. So the next job we have is to come in on my surface grinder and figure out how to build well, not build, but set up a what is it called? Come on, help me here. You know, a degree wheel. Well, you know, the memory, pew, gone. Anyhow, set it up so that I can cut these and resharpen them without too much trouble. That's the next job coming down the pike if nothing walks in the door. So, and so far, not a whole lot's walked in the door. Okay, no point in cutting the whole thing, so we just cut that little part there, and it looks to me like a pretty good cut. I'm happy. So now we're gonna jump over to sharpening, well, not this one, but sharpening the dull ones, and we're gonna make a whole tool for that. So, hey, hang in there. We're going to have some fun. This is Nick Collier checking out.